Welcome to the battlefield. You're watching Wrestling Reality Hub, your front row seat to WWE mayhem. Subscribe and let's drop kick into the headlines. You think loyalty means attacking someone from behind? You think that makes you a warrior? Well, according to Paul Heyman, the greatest strategist in wrestling history, it doesn't. What Heyman said this week didn't just call out Bron Breakker, it redefined what fans think bravery in WWE truly looks like. Because while the internet is busy praising Breakker for his shocking ambush on Bronson Reed during Raw, the wise man just dismantled that narrative with one blistering statement that has the wrestling world divided down the middle. The moment that shook Monday Night Raw. It all started with what looked like a classic WWE moment. Bronson Reed, the 330-pound wrecking ball who's been tearing through the roster, stood tall in the middle of the ring after yet another dominant performance. This is the same man who sent superstars like Seth Rollins through tables and turned every match he's in into organized chaos. Then, out of nowhere, Bron Breakker came sprinting down the ramp like a man possessed. The crowd erupted as he delivered not one, not two, but three brutal spears to Bronson Reed. Fans were on their feet, commentators were screaming, social media exploded with praise. Breakker's a beast! The next big thing! Finally, someone stood up to Bronson Reed. But as the cheers echoed, Paul Heyman saw something the rest of the world didn't, and he wasted no time saying it out loud. That wasn't courage. That was cowardice. Heyman's statement hit like a pipe bomb. In an interview later that night, he said, Bron Breakker didn't show courage. He showed cowardice dressed up as bravery. That single line sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. The same fans who were chanting Breakker's name were suddenly questioning everything they had just witnessed. Heyman, never one to mince words, doubled down. When you attack a man from behind, when you don't give him the chance to defend himself, that's not being a fighter. That's being a snake. The master manipulator had just labeled WWE's rising powerhouse as a coward hiding behind chaos. The wise man defends the monster. What really stunned everyone wasn't just Heyman's criticism of Breakker, it was who he chose to defend. Bronson Reed, the same Bronson Reed who's left a trail of bodies in his wake, the same man who's been booed in arenas across the world. Heyman praised him. Bronson Reed faces his opponents head-on, he said. He looks them in the eye. He gives them a chance to fight back. That's a warrior. What Bron Breakker did? That's what weak men do when they're afraid of a fair fight. That line lit a fire online. Some fans were furious, others reluctantly agreed. Because when you strip away the excitement, Heyman wasn't wrong. Bronson Reed may be brutal, but he never hides. He's a monster, yes, but an honest one. The debate that split the WWE universe. From that moment, the conversation shifted. Was Bron Breakker really the hero fans thought he was? Or was he just another opportunist who struck when the moment was safe? On Twitter, threads exploded. Some fans argued that Breakker did what was necessary to stop a dangerous opponent. Others echoed Heyman's sentiment, claiming that attacking from behind is never heroic. It's desperate. Reddit threads stretched hundreds of comments deep, all asking the same question. Is Bron Breakker the savior of Raw, or just another coward hiding behind his reputation? The moral dilemma. Here's the uncomfortable truth Heyman forced fans to confront. Do we celebrate cheap shots because they look cool on TV, or because we've forgotten what honor looks like in WWE? When did blindsiding someone become heroic? Paul Heyman's words cut through the noise and forced everyone to reevaluate what they value in a superstar. Is it dominance, no matter how it's achieved? Or is it courage, the willingness to face danger head-on even when you might lose? The challenge behind the words Heyman's comments weren't just criticism. They were a challenge. Champions don't attack from behind, he said. Champions face their opponents in the ring, bell to bell, and prove they're the better man. That wasn't a throwaway line. It was an open dare. Whether he realizes it or not, Heyman just dared Bron Breakker to fight Bronson Reed one-on-one. No sneak attacks, no surprise spears, no theatrics. Just two men in the ring settling it like warriors. And if Breakker refuses, the coward label might stick forever. The fallout in the future. Right now, all eyes are on Bron Breakker. Will he respond to Heyman's comments? Will he come out and defend his actions? Or better yet, challenge Bronson Reed to a fair fight? WWE fans are waiting, because whether you love or hate him, Breakker now has something to prove. Meanwhile, Bronson Reed is probably loving every second of this chaos. He's suddenly not the villain. Heyman turned him into the man with honor. It's a fascinating twist that could reshape how fans see both men going forward. The genius of Paul Heyman. This entire situation is a masterclass in what makes Paul Heyman one of the greatest minds in wrestling. He didn't throw a punch. He didn't interfere in a match. He simply spoke, and the entire narrative shifted. That's the power of words when they come from someone who understands psychology better than anyone in the business. He made people question the hero. He made them sympathize with the monster. And in doing so, he created one of the most compelling storylines of the year without ever stepping into the ring. The bigger picture. Heyman's comments raise a timeless question that extends beyond WWE. Is strategy without honor still strength? Or does true greatness require courage even when it's risky? Bron Breakker's attack made fans cheer, but Heyman made them think. And that's something wrestling desperately needs more of. Stories that blur the lines between right and wrong, between hero and villain, between what's smart and what's cowardly. Where this could be headed, speculation is running wild. Some insiders believe Heyman is preparing to align himself with Bronson Reed, forming a new destructive alliance that could dominate Raw. Others think this is Heyman's way of testing Bron Breakker, to see if he can handle the pressure of being called out by one of the sharpest minds in wrestling. Either way, the next few weeks are going to be explosive. Breakker can't ignore this forever. At some point, he'll have to answer Heyman, not just with words, but in the ring. The final word: Paul Heyman once said that perception is reality in this business. And right now, he's rewritten Bron Breakker's reality. What was supposed to be a heroic ambush now looks like an act of fear. What was supposed to cement Breakker as the next big thing has turned into a test of his integrity. Whether you think Heyman's right or not, one thing's undeniable. He's made WWE feel unpredictable again. The takeaway. This isn't just a feud between Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed anymore. It's a war of ideals. Courage versus calculation, honor versus ambition. And right in the middle of it all stands Paul Heyman, smiling. Because once again, he's made everyone dance to his tune. Whether you cheer for Breakker or stand with Heyman, one thing's certain: this story is just getting started. And by the time it's over, the WWE Universe may never look at Bron Breakker or Paul Heyman the same way again.